And away we go.
Well, it looks like we're live now. Hello, everyone. This is Kerwin subbing for Crashly on Crafts with Crashly Sunday Social. And I've got with me Robert Piazza, or as we call him, Rob Pizza. How's it going, Rob?
I'm good. I could not wait for this today.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. We actually get some nerd talk without Ashley interrupting us. Stop talking about that. No one wants to hear about Star Wars or Star Trek.
Well,
That's my job tonight.
I have Val in the background giving us the.
I'm you tonight.
Yeah, we were trying to think of all the good names for Kerbert. We were like a new Kerbert, the Kerbert Strikes Back, Revenge of the Kerbert. Yeah. She was going for Rise of Kerbert. I said, but we don't like those three. We just no, so we didn't even go near those.
Oh man, Kerbert sounds like somebody decided to make a mashup of Kirby and Cubert.
Well, Val said that's our relationship, our bromance name, Kerbert and Robert together.
Yeah. All right, let's go through and say hi to everyone that's here. Let me go up to the top of the chat, see who was first in. Yvonne. Welcome, Yvonne. Hey, how's it going? Diamond Sparkle Chase, Diamond Queen 2020. Hello. Nick and Tina. Hey. They're all saying hi to Crashly too. She's not here yet. She's in the chat. She doesn't have to be involved in this. We can ignore her this time.
We see Odd But Nice and
I'm kidding.
Yeah, Deborah Kaiser, Amanda. Let's see.
Let's see Val in here chatting.
Oh,
of course, I never stop.
Val hasn't shut up since about a half an hour before we started.
And Amanda.
And of course, your lovely wife Crashly is in the chat as well.
Yep, and her driving partner Amanda.
Amanda, yeah, we saw that.
There you go. Dude, did we get everybody? Anybody else? Dawn Ross, welcome, Dawn. How's it going?
Diamond Queen.
Diamond Queen, okay. Diamond Queen just came in.
And Jill.
And Jill Penn just came in. Hi, Jill.
Care Bear's in here. Hey, Care Bear.
Hey.
Did you like the retreat? Did you have fun? Donna Gilbreth. Marianne, okay. Nana had some fun at the retreat I saw.
Oh yeah, we saw a few lives from the retreat. Well, streams. I don't know if they were live, but
yeah, I think they were just vlogs in a sense. All right. Well, I think I'm supposed to work on this diamond painting thing, but I would rather just talk about stuff.
Well, I noticed that Crashly always has a diamond painting in front of her, but like on Sundays like today, she'll maybe put 5 drills on the whole 2 hours because we're all laughing and talking. So
Sure.
Get your 5 drill quota in and then we're good.
Do my 5 drill quota.
There
All
you
right. Well, now that I got a plan. Okay. So, how's life been? What you been up to?
We're missing my Crashly fix with the lives and the Sundays and the Tuesday nights and everything else, but it's going. It's really going good finally. Work is work. Fun is fun.
You missed your Friday night.
Yeah, I missed my Friday night.
Yeah, I didn't go to that either. I went out. I was like, Maddox was at my mom's, the other kids were at their mom's, and Maddox was here. He's 14, so he can stay here and sleep. He didn't want to go anywhere, and I was like, all right, fine. I'll be back later.
Yeah.
Went and hung out with an old friend I used to work with. Hadn't seen him in a while.
I spent last weekend doing a historical reenactment with the group I belong to, and so I'm not really allowed to get off my leash too often. So
So what
So, we got Crashly coming. There she is.
Hey!
Never said she could jump in here.
Oh, denied.
Look at that face.
Oh, you're
back in
trouble.
there.
See, you're missing your Crashly Fix. I've been missing my Crashly Fix the last few days.
Hey, you guys,
Yeah,
want to
you-
check something even cooler out?
No, it's not that one.
Oh, never
What's
mind.
that?
Somebody had some fake feet in their back window and a mask, and it was a body. What happens in Texas gets killed in Texas.
Oof.
That makes no sense.
That's because it's Texas.
Or gas station.
Listen, Jen and I have perfected this.
Uh-huh.
Nora
Go ahead,
perfected
Robert,
that.
do it.
You got to do one side. You got to do that Dr. McCoy eyebrow raise. Or the Spock thing.
Lap dance.
Christy, would you like the next lap dance? I'd be happy to oblige. For those of you who have not seen that lap dance, all I can say is you're missing out, brothers and sisters. Because I let Nana have it. Like, I'm telling you, she's like, it's my birthday weekend, and I'm a Nana of 7. Not 7 crafts, but she's a Nana of 7. And I was like, I'm going to give you 7 years worth of memories right now with this one dance, if you know what I mean. And I sure did. I started at the top of them stairs, and I worked my way all the way down. I even shook my boobies in front of her face. Oh, it's not Friday. But I'm the guest, so I can mess
Ooh.
up. So, yeah, it was a lot of twerking. I broke my hip thumping the floor, though.
Ooh, look at that. And everybody's been reminding me it's not Friday night. Jeez.
I need to crash the lap dance. Hi.
Yes, sir.
This is what
Hi
we're
there.
So, you two don't break my show, and I just wanted to say hey.
Oh, we're
Hey.
gonna break the show. All your fans are gonna give this one a thumbs down because they're gonna be like, "It's worse than crack." Actually, no. We might get you some more subscribers.
We're going to turn it up in here.
They're gonna be like, "Wait, I didn't realize this show was awesome." Subscribe.
We're gonna nerd
Goodbye,
it up
everyone.
in
Take
here.
me out of this thing now.
Love you, man. You be safe, okay?
Bye-bye. Drive careful.
I'm
Love
not
you
driving,
guys.
so.
Well, navigate
Drive
carefully.
careful. Don't side seat drive too much. Amanda, keep her in check.
I will.
I'm still in this thing. Take me out of it.
There you go.
I always like pushing the envelope on that. See how far we can push it. Oh.
Okay, now that Mom's gone, let's have some fun.
All right, nerd talk. I talked to you on the phone a while back, and we were talking about Star Trek.
Yes, we were.
The nerve of us talking about the Trek.
Imagine that.
And I can't help but notice what's behind your head,
Mm-hmm.
even though you told me a very specific view that would make me question that being behind your head.
It's a love-hate relationship. I kind of love to hate it a little bit. I like all the Star Trek, but it's not my favorite. And this is what they're giving us right now, so I'll watch it. I mean, I just watched season 3, episode 1, the premiere today, and I'm still got an eyebrow up to that too. But
Wait,
every
episode
now and
one premiered today?
well, it was Thursday already. It's been out for a few days, and I've been trying to talk myself into watching it, and I finally watched it today.
All right, looks like I'm cutting this episode short, guys. I gotta go. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna wait till Ashley gets home and make her watch it.
There you go.
No, if she gets home, I know exactly what's gonna happen. Vampire Diaries.
Oh God.
But
I thought you were going to say you were going to have the luck of the Irish there.
with the Irish, yeah. She's gonna be too tired from her road trip.
I don't know.
I don't know that lap dance.
You have to throw a little lap dance in there for her.
Oh yeah, get that lap dance going. But no, we're almost done with Vampire Diaries. I'm like, oh yay, we're down to like the last handful of episodes. We're in the final season.
There's
And
2 spin-offs.
And then there's the originals.
Yeah.
And there's the new series, the other spin-off after it. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Netflix now.
Legacies or something like that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh God, this thing's not gonna end. But
I watched it until what's her name took over the oh god, I can't even remember their names now. Catherine, Nina Dobrev. She took over Nina Dobrev's body.
That was a
In the
long time
beginning.
ago, dude.
I after that I was like, all right, that's enough now. I tried watching the originals and then I was done.
I got into it. You know, it's one of those things. I sort of use Crashly's shows as leverage.
Yeah.
Like, she has me go through the entire. Are you kidding me?
What's that?
What?
What'd she do?
Only my wife would decide to just give YouTube money.
We have her conditioned to Vampire Diaries now instead of Star Wars.
I said I was going to do it if we mentioned diamond painting.
But she super chatted herself $5.
It's like putting it in a piggy bank that takes money.
A large chunk out. It's like here's a $5 bill. Can you give me $3 back, please? Thank you. Let's move along.
Worth it. That's funny. Yeah, I do have to say, watching Vampire Diaries was pretty good. I will say Stefan reminded me a little bit of Edward. He was a little whiny. But I like Damon.
Yeah.
Damon was the man. He was pretty good.
And he can act too.
Yeah, he is.
He can act. That's the kicker. You get the right actor in a show. The show can be off kilter, but the actor can carry it. And that's what got me with Vampire Diaries. If Damon wasn't in that show, I would not have gotten hooked on it at all.
Supernatural too.
Now, he's got a new show.
Because being
Have
supernatural.
you seen Vampire Wars?
No, I have not seen Vampire Wars. I got vampired out for a while. Like when Vampire Diaries came out, it was one of those I was like, it seems interesting somewhat, but I just with all the vampire stuff that was coming out because of Twilight's success, I was just like, I was vampired out. Same thing happened with zombies to me. I mean, we ended up having zombie movie after zombie movie and then show after show, and then The Walking Dead came out and I watched it, and then there was World War Z, and I'm just like, by the time all these other ones came out, everybody's like, oh, you need to watch Hellsing, you need to watch this, and I'm just like, I'm good for a while.
I was never a big zombie fan. But I was at work one night and I turned on Vampire Wars just to see what it was. And the guy that plays Damon is in that movie too. Or that series. He's the star of that series.
No.
That one.
We're gonna have to get that one watching too for Crashly to get her Damon fix.
Yeah, he's the doctor looking for the cure to fight the vampires now.
Oh. You know, one thing I do find interesting about CW with their shows, if you've watched one, you've seen an actor in almost all of them.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It seems like they go to the same modeling studio or whatever for their casting, because there's hardly an ugly person in them. Like, those towns are unrealistic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the same people in all of them.
I noticed that if you've seen The Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And the kid was talking about, oh, come on, this is a movie. There's not an ugly person here. What do you call that? He said California. But the way California is now, I'm not going with that. So
why does everybody have the same phone, same everybody's phone number starts with 555?
Yeah.
They have an area code.
Yep. It was fun.
Not getting it. No, that was a fun movie. I liked that one.
Yeah. Oh, my kids have geeked me out today waiting for this. Not just the hat and the Discovery and stuff. We had to represent Star Wars too. So they brought my
that was waiting.
My baby Yoda was waiting.
In frame.
Yeah, Anna had this waiting in frame, before everything started.
Yeah.
And we brought, I don't know how many of these you have. The Master Replica ones?
I have 0 lightsabers.
Ooh.
as much of a fan and nerd that I am, I'm also cheap.
Oh,
I have
Well, yeah.
a very hard time spending actual money on stuff. Like a lot of the stuff that I've pulled in here to show, like, oh, look at this, check this out. I don't
Yeah.
think I bought any of it at full price. It was either
Me neither.
Goodwill, clearance, getting it as a gift, or finding it in an auction.
Yeah.
Well, I did pay like my autographs and stuff like that, paid to go to a convention, but
right.
money for the thanks, Nana. Hey,
Oh, Mama, yay!
looks like that lap dance Crashly gave is paying off.
Yeah, right.
Making a ring for the
We're actually
change
making a
here.
little change out there.
She had to cancel out that money Crashly spent.
There you go.
But yeah, so would love to have one of those, but they cost too much for me.
I've gotten them all. I had a friend that worked at GameStop up here, so I got the original Mace Windu one at like half price. I got Darth Vader and I got Anakin's here for half price. And I got Yoda on clearance, Yoda's lightsaber on clearance. So yeah, because I look at it all day and I love it, but when I saw the prices, I'm like, well, I really don't love it that much. And then I got them, so when they come on price, then if they drop that much on price, then I jump on them. But
yeah. Well, it's like they were released. They said like how much it cost to build a lightsaber at Disney World at the new Star
Yeah.
Wars, and I was like, it's like hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, hundreds of dollars. I love Star Wars, but man, I am not. Nope.
I know. I looked at that. And you have to, if you want to go to the Star Wars part of the park, you can buy the little lightsaber that activates the stories or whatever, or something like that. The different
Activate-
attractions.
Stories.
Someone told me there's like a lightsaber remote or something you can
No.
buy too.
Harry Potter. There's a wand in Universal.
Oh, it was a Harry
Oh.
Potter and Universal. You buy the wand.
And it
Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah.
that one. I was gonna say, from what I understand with the Star Wars park in Disney, you pay all that for the lightsaber, but then you're not allowed to take it out in the park.
Really?
It has to be put away because they don't want anyone to confuse guests with actors. And I also think they don't want guests going up and start trying to have lightsaber battles with actors.
I know they said that they don't want anyone over a certain age dressing up in the park. You have to be a certain age to wear a costume or something.
Yeah,
because-
When I hear that, I'm like, Disney, do you understand you bought Star Wars?
Yeah, right.
Like you bought Star Wars. That's part of our fandom. It's an escape of reality, and that's part of it is to dress up.
Yeah.
That's back when like Paramount started going crazy, shutting down all the Star Trek fanfic films, all the fan films. I was like, really? They're not. I understand if they were making money off of it to turn around and be like, hey, don't make money off of it. But they were turning around not allowing anybody to just release a fan film on Star Trek.
It's because the Disney people are trained so much they don't want.
Oh yeah, they.
and pedophiles.
I'm getting a little lecture in the background here because my daughter said Disney's put a statement out because of the actors, the way they're trained. It's
And
just
possible pedophiles.
and possible
They don't want
pedophiles
kids running up to
with
random
kids
people.
running up to
Oh,
random
yeah.
people who aren't the actors, and
There.
it's so I can understand that, but I mean,
That makes somewhat sense.
at Star Trek, the experience. I mean, we were dressed at work there, and then there were all kinds of fans dressed up all the time.
Yeah, and that makes somewhat sense, but
Yeah.
one, if you're worried about a pedophile dressing up as an actor at the theme park to mess with the kids,
Mom.
how close do these parents let their kids get to these actors?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know in the Disney one they show the parents letting their kids run up and like hug the person playing Merida or Belle, but usually they're with handlers, and you can tell they work there.
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
you see a random yo-yo dressed up, and you can let them run up.
Exactly. You see him, and you see him with the handler, and it's like, yeah, that's an actor. That's to go, let the kid have some fun and fantasize that they met one of their childhood heroes that they saw.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get where they're coming from. I understand it, and it's their business. They have every right to run it the way they want to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Disney, don't go crying when you're not getting the business you were hoping you were going to get.
Yeah, Disney is way too strict on their fandom. Like the 501st, those guys that do the dress up costumes.
For Philadelphia.
Well, it's for all of them. It's for all the 501st. You have to have your costume has to be screen accurate. It has to be approved before you're allowed to join. And if it's not in the book or in their canon, you can't use it. It was the same when I tried to do my Mandalorian costume. To be in their group, you have to build the costume within their guidelines. It has to be approved by the Disney people. Like you got to send pictures around of the costume. Like you have to take like front, back, sides, your weapon. You have to have this, you have to have that. And then you have to send it to them to be approved or you're not allowed to join.
Good Lord.
The Star Trek fans, all the fan club we belong to, because I belong to the IKF, which is the Klingon group that we belong to. As long as you're in some kind of costume and have fun, you could have theatrical makeup or you could buy the rubies off the shelf. As long as you're having fun with us, we're fine with that. Star Trek was always laid back that way.
Well, there's also a huge difference between Star Trek fandom and Star Wars fandom. And I'm one of the ones that I love both. I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, Star Trek, bad Star Wars, or ooh, Star Wars, we hate Star Trek type thing. I like them both. And what we run into is, and I hate to say it, but the fandom nowadays, Star Wars fandom is so much more toxic than Star Trek fandom.
I noticed that.
Disney releases 5 Star Wars films. A couple of them are taken in stride. They're making a crap ton of money because it's Disney and it's Star Wars.
Right.
And you're going to get a lot of kids that didn't get into the original trilogy loving it. I mean, it's going to make money. But the fandom, they get like mean to each other. Like you tell someone, "Oh, I liked the new trilogy." It's like you're not a fan. You're a horrible person. Like really? Because we disagree on it. And with Star Trek, somebody be like, "Yeah, I didn't like the Kelvin timeline." I get that. It's a little different. I enjoyed it, but it's still Star Trek, and I'm just happy to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were giving us, so that's what we watched. And we kind of made it since Abrams even said he knew nothing about Star Trek. So he's like, it was kind of a way for him to get away with what he didn't know. So he made a whole new timeline so he could do whatever he wants.
And I will say this. I liked the direction they took with it. That's one thing I will give Abrams credit for. I'm not a fan of Abrams, but I will give him credit that the direction he took it, they turned around and said, we're going to basically reboot it. We're going to make a movie about the first voyage of Kirk on the Enterprise type thing.
Yeah.
Well, instead of trying to finagle some continuity first trip on the Enterprise with the continuity of the original series, they went, we can only do this if we break away from that timeline. So, but to also do that in a sense of making it a sequel to the next generation, to the current era for Spock, that I enjoyed that. It sort of like wrapped up the original series and rebooted it at the same time.
Yeah. All right, Crash. I can see you on there. I'll bet you Hollow Queen and all those other people know what we're talking about. And yes, Jen, I saw you too. She and your wife is in there writing. Anyone know what they're talking about? And they're so in love. And Kerwin and Rob sitting in a tree.
Yeah, no, I'm ignoring her comments because she's trying to give us a hard time. But
well, we do that to her too. So
they're sitting there trying to get Valerie to hit you. Like get them to stop talking about nerd stuff. We told you we were going to be talking about nerd.
Oh, it's the nerd off tonight. It's all nerd all night, people.
Crashly had her chance to come in and change the subject, but now she's like, get me out of here.
I will say, like, to stick with a little bit of the diamond painting thing, I was in Joanne Fabrics yesterday, because I do the costuming too. That's what I do to relax. I sew to, kind of relax, and I make the Revolutionary War stuff. So I have to go to the diamond painting stuff for Val, and I have to FaceTime her and show her what we got. And yes, we bought the glow in the dark drills, and then I got to look, for the AB drills or something, and then all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm like, I have to go all the way down to the bottom shelves, and they had some really good Star Wars ones in there I kind of liked.
Wait, you just got a light pad?
You.
The second one in our house?
Okay. Yo-Yo, my lovely wife, decided she was going to roll over the cord of her other light pad.
I fell.
You rolled over your light pad.
I fell and the cord ripped in half. And the company we bought it from, it's a Crafty Mint, but we bought it on Amazon. Their customer service is awesome. They are sending me out either another entire light pad or cord. But Rob goes and then buys me a second light pad. And he's like, well, just in case I want to do maybe a little bit of diamond painting. I've been kicked off my own diamond paintings before.
Okay, this is Attack of Kerbert. No wives allowed. Just
No, I'm Kerwin tonight. I get to interject occasionally.
Okay. She gets to interject occasionally and talk about the stuff we don't want to talk about, like diamond painting.
Oh, okay.
Where everyone comes down and clicks off right now.
Now, well, she was real upset because she rolled over the cord and it broke in half. So I'm like, all right. And I knew
that too. I get it.
She uses it a lot. So I went and got another one for her. I even got next day delivery.
Damn.
And then she's like, oh, I called the company and they're sending me a whole new cord or whatever for free. I was like, well, I should have figured that one out $50 ago, but it works. So we use it. My daughter does diamond painting too. My 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Mine does too.
My 14-year-old, soon to be 30. That's the way they go.
Yeah. You got Nora, who's 5 going on 19.
That's how Anna was.
Well, yeah, at that age, yeah. When our oldest Amber was 5, she scared me. She had looks, man. Because we have Matthew that's 13. He's our youngest. He's got the Asperger's and that kind of thing, and ADHD. Then we have Anna, who's 14, going on 30.
About to be 15.
Then we have Robbie, who's 16, going to be 17. He's so laid back, it's ridiculous.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, gamer, whatever. And then we have Amber, who just moved out with her boyfriend.
2 days ago.
Yeah, she moved out.
So I'm having a heartbreaking. I'm like, I've been a wreck this week.
Val's upset. I told her good move. So
that's how it is. It's me and Crashly get into that sometimes. The kids will be like, one of the kids will turn around and be like, oh, I don't want to have to move out and move away from you, Mom. I want to stay here forever. And she's all like, oh, thank you. And I'm in the background going, oh, God, please no. Please no.
Well, I can't yell because I was 22 when I moved in with Rob, and Amber's about to be 22. And I was already a mother with a 3-year-old child. So I can't, be like, you're too young, because I'd be very hypocritical of that.
See, I joke around about going, when Nora turns 18, I'm going to have, I was like, when Nora turns 18, I'm going to look for an RV to buy.
There you go.
Down. And the moment one of the kids comes back and goes, hey, we're moving back in, you got 3 months to get back out on your feet, or I'm selling the house and moving into the RV. You don't want to be crammed in the RV? Go find a place.
Oh, my God. You guys are us completely, because I've been talking about an RV for years now.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yay, Jen. And just remember, all your Super Chat proceeds go to the Crashly Build a Craft Room Fund.
Yeah.
And whatever else.
Or the Kerwins moving in there.
Or the Kerwin. Now we'll call it the Kerwin RV Fund. How's that?
Kerwin RV Fund, yeah. No, we got the Crashly Crafting Room Fund. We've got the spare bedroom in the garage / get Kerwin's crap out of the house fund.
We have a garage like that.
Yeah, I have a downstairs basement / garage that all my stuff is on its way back.
Well, see, I wanted to get a man cave, and I can't get a man cave because I got other stuff we got to pay for and build, like crafting studios and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Come on.
So, what am I going to do if I can't get a man cave? It's
Where's
easy.
all the
Put
garbage?
the
Where's
stuff
all the
that I would put in the
garbage?
man cave in the main part of the house.
All right, thank you, Mistria.
Mystery, I think we're getting more super
Thanks,
chats.
Brandy too.
Brandy too, Mistria.
Brandy is Mistria.
Oh, okay, never mind. These people's names mess me up because I see Mistria, and then Val says their real name, and since I only know you guys from the chat, you know, well, thank you both of you, whoever you are.
I'm the interpreter.
Yeah, Val's the
Oh,
interpreter. with the way
Brandy's
Huh?
good people. She's
Yeah, Brandy's awesome.
That's what I heard.
This whole community is.
Yeah, I have to
awesome.
say, I was actually, Val said, you have to come and see this chat. Come in live with me. The first time I didn't even, I'm like,
the Star Wars trivia.
yeah, I was like, what am I going to do in there? Oh, wait, Star Wars. So I wandered in, and I have to say, I really enjoy this group of people. It's a fun group of people. I've never felt more welcome in a place that I've never really physically met somebody. And we all just have a good time. You, Crashly, it's like someone else who can geek out and nerd off with me and everything else. And we just have a good old time.
And we all are there for each other in real life, even though we are all across the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And like
That's Kara. Is the
Care
principal.
Bear.
Hey, Care Bear.
Woo-hoo, keep it up. Woohoo! Oh, sorry. Fix the camera
No.
before she loses her mind. My
Yeah.
bad, babe, my bad. But the beautiful thing was, we started this channel. Ashley was like, I want to start a YouTube channel. I'm like, do it. You've got the personality. You've got the charisma. I would watch it, and I'm not even into diamond painting. Amanda, woohoo!
Hey, Amanda.
I'm not
Safe
really
driving, Amanda.
even into it. She probably gave the phone to Ashley and was like, here, super chat. And she's like,
There you go.
what do I do? Do $2.
Jen said,
But,
Kara gave to the Make Crashly Cry Fund.
There you go. And I like the way this whole community pulls together for each other to get the 1,000 subscribers and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about it was, I've got friends that have tried to do YouTube channels in the past, and they go into it with the aspirations, and then they get down. They don't feel good because they're only getting so many subscribers, 200, 300, even hit 500 subscribers. I had one friend that didn't. He still just gave up on it. He's like, it's only 500 subscribers. The cool thing about this one is when she was at 100 subscribers, the subscribers were cool.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. The more subscribers we get, the larger our followers and our community grows. But everyone is of substance. It's fun to communicate back and forth. It's not just going, oh yeah, guys, watch our videos, have fun. No, we enjoy communicating with each other and messaging each other outside of the show and stuff like that. I mean, and if you watch the show, if you watch Crashly's channel, and part of you is like, wait, I can actually talk to her. Find her Facebook and send her a message. She'd love to talk to you. I mean, you probably talk to her right now.
Yeah.
Start blowing up the phone right now.
Yay, Amanda.
Amanda again, huh?
Yay.
Ashley's got her phone. We're just going to start seeing super chats from Amanda. She's just going to nickel and dime her.
Well, whether she knows it or not. Yeah.
Actually, Amanda said she's doing this on her own without Crashly knowing.
While she's driving?
Well, I don't know any of that. I'm sure everything is being done legally and in a safe manner.
Yeah.
They might have stopped off somewhere to get something to eat or something. It's getting close to dinner time for them.
Hey, it just says don't text and drive. It says nothing about super chatting for Crashly's fund.
Yeah, see?
All right. I have to take Blunt Man off though. I thought more people would say something, but it's actually mushing my head.
No, that's fine. Not very many people catch it. Deborah Kaiser, thank you.
Yay.
And Rebecca.
Deborah,
Rebecca. Man. I don't
right.
probably she's like, what is happening? We are awesome. That's what's happening. You're awesome.
Come on. How can you not donate to all this? Come on.
We got Disco Man in the house right there, guys. I mean, come
Discovery. It's short for Discovery. I'm wearing the shirt too.
I know.
Plus, you did live through disco. You are older than me.
Yes, I am older than everybody. A lot of you. So yes, I lived through disco the first time. I don't recommend it a second time. So
they thought that one through. They figured STD was not a good way.
Although,
at the same time, they didn't do like Star Trek Voyager isn't STV, it's VOI, VOI.
yeah, VOI.
And Star Trek Enterprise isn't STE, it's ENT.
Yeah.
So, and now you got
TOS
Discovery,
or-
you got Disco, and then you've got, because they didn't want to call it Dis either, because why Dis your own show? And
Well-
then Picard is PIC.
Well, does it count that Valerie's initials were VD when I met her instead of STD?
They're VD on the chat all the time.
Yeah,
It's not Friday, Robert.
yeah, I know. I figure I didn't go any further than that. We're good.
We pulled the reins back.
Yeah,
back.
we're good.
We
I
just,
can be socially correct here. I know it's Sunday. Sinners.
sinners.
Yeah, no.
I'm laughing at Odd.
My son, who, when you said you like Highlander,
This gives you an alternative.
he has
to watch.
been dying to watch Highlander yet. Yay, mystery again.
Brandy, wow, man. I bet you
Brandy.
Crashly was crying in that car.
And Halloween just joined.
And
too.
Halloween too. Yay, Halloween's here.
Halloween! Welcome to the Nerd Talk.
Yeah, my son has fallen in love with Highlander and everything Highlander. So we started
Oh.
collecting the swords for him. So we got him the McLeod sword. The McLeod Claymore.
Will you guys adopt me?
Say what?
Will you guys adopt me? I need all this cool memorabilia. I do.
Kerwin, we're the same age. How am I going to adopt you?
I can do it. I try to do because I try to have collectible stuff. Like we didn't have a lot growing up when I was younger, so
Yeah.
I want to make sure if there's something interesting that we can do it. Like, and I'm a Star Wars nerd and Star Trek nerd, and if I'm at a flea market or a store, I'm like, oh, look at that! I don't have that. I got a thing.
You went to the flea market?
Well, yes, I went to a thrift store yesterday, and they had one of the old Playmates Enterprise D from
Oh, hell
TNT, and I was gonna get it, but when we lost our house a long time ago, and part of storage, some of her mother's, it was a Christmas Village, the buildings they sell that you
Yeah.
can put up in a Christmas Village. We lost those, so I saw them in the thrift store too. And I'm like, all right, Enterprise or replace the village. Enterprise, replace
You
the village.
replaced the village.
Yes, I replaced the
Easy
village
to
for
do.
him.
I
Very
told him
close
to
to
go back and to go get that Enterprise for himself. He hasn't gone yet, but I told him he best go back and get that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll nag at her and I'll be like, I ain't spending all that money. But you know what? It's what you do.
Yeah.
Crashly has talked him into 4 dollhouses for us, diamond paintings for us. Crashly has helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I meant to talk to you about that too, Miss Crashly.
Well, it does help that people can use Crashly to get 10% off of a TSA. So,
Of course.
Yeah, but now we have 2 wooden houses to put together for Christmas and Halloween. We have a bakery. We have a what else?
The Tea Shop Bakery and a full house like
Yeah,
Crashly's,
tea
but
shop
different.
bakery and a house like Crashly's, but a little different.
It's for a diamond
Yeah.
painting town come the new year.
Yes, I know.
You need to have your Piazza's Bakery there, Mr. Baker.
Yeah.
That's copyright.
My wallet thanks you both.
Oh, I pointed out it's 15% off Kerwin. Crashly gets 15% off for us.
There you
My-
go.
My mistake. 15% off.
And Crashly with sorry, not sorry. I know, you guys. I have to say, I looked at her diamond painting when she was doing Jessica Rabbit, and I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? This looks kind of interesting. And I put it up there, and I did a few drills, and I played with it for a little while. It is kind of relaxing and fun. Although the Chuck Pinson with 35 different colors in a 4x4 square just was not relaxing. He's a great author, a great painter, and everything like that, but that was far too many colors for me to do in that little bit of a space.
Well,
Yeah,
you-
no, I get that. I can work on this if I'm doing it in like a we're conversing and I'm going. I'm not
Yeah.
paying attention to it. I messed
Right.
up with the focus. That was for those who may have missed it. When Crashly jumped in here, she talked about a car in Texas that they saw on their way back that had feet and a mask in it.
Oh,
and
geez.
she messaged it to me. So that's what she was talking about. But no, like if I had to sit here and just try to focus on this and didn't have anything going on, they would probably get ripped up and thrown in the trash. Because that feeling you get when you're like on a roller coaster or going over hills really fast or whatever,
Yeah.
I have that nonstop. And when I gotta take a little tiny itty bitty thing and put it in a little tiny, like the game Operation, never could play that game. Drove me insane. Like it'd be like get close to it, just can't do it. But if I'm not focusing on it, if I'm just like doing it, I can do it. But when I'm trying to focus on it, I overthink it, I guess. I don't know. I'm just weird. Crashly married a weird guy.
Oh, I have little patience for some things, but that all those colors, I only did like a little 2-inch by 6-inch square on that Chuck Pinson with her, and I had to change the colors of the drills like 350 times. All different colors. So I said, all right, here you go. This is for you.
Yeah, I'm done. Moving
Yeah.
on.
I just got every now and then I'll just walk by. Great job, honey. Looks great. You know, nod and smile, nod and smile.
Mm-hmm. You know, my thing is on a different, I don't know if it's anxiety, I don't know if it's what it is, but I have a really hard time with focus. And like I have a bad habit of Robert?
Yeah.
Did you super chat your own video?
That kind of was from me because we were talking about diamond painting.
That was from me.
Oh,
We were talking about diamond painting.
All right. But like I don't have the focus. I make the mistake a lot of times of starting something and then losing focus partway into it. If it doesn't get done, if I can't get it done fast enough, or if I can't get it done to the degree that I want to get it done, I lose focus and interest.
Urgent message from Crashly. Stop putting your hands on the adhesive, psycho.
She put a pin thing for you.
Oh, that hurts all of our souls. Don't do that, Kerwin.
Oh, look at that. That'll teach you.
I just made people's heads explode.
Oh, yeah, that was the first one. I saw her hair go straight up in the air.
What happened?
What?
It's like, spat, pat, pat,
Stop it!
pat. Yeah, breathe. Jennifer, breathe.
Breathe, everyone. Breathe.
Everybody breathe. Do not try this at home. We are husbands and professionals.
Yes.
Professional husbands? What?
Yeah.
Professional idiots.
You know, only because my wife's out of state. If I would have tried that with her in the house,
Oh, yeah.
that wouldn't have happened.
Something would have been, you would have had a cat thrown at you or something.
She'd be like, hey, Kerwin, go get something for me off my desk. I get 10 feet from the desk. Stop breathing. I've got a diamond painting over there, and I don't want you to mess it up.
Yeah, right. If I come down, because we both use the same table, like I'll cut out patterns and stuff for sewing on it. But if I come downstairs and there's like a diamond painting setup around the whole thing, it's like don't touch the drills. They're in a certain order. Or you didn't move that, did you? Don't unplug that. You'll ruin. Move this. I'm like, where did you put it? I didn't touch it. I had it right there. No, well, I didn't touch it. I still got there are still 5 of us in the house total. So I can still give the husband, I don't know, look.
We don't have the cat anymore since Amber took Luna. We have the dragon. You can blame it on the dragon.
Yeah, I can blame it on something. Like, ask the kids. I don't know. They're playing around there.
Crashly found a cat in Texas, apparently.
Oh, my God. You rid another cat.
I hope not.
It says, I sure did find a cat. Oh, boy. Looks like you might be having another member of the family just in case.
Looks like outside might have another member of the outside. These ones outside. I love cats, don't get me wrong, but They eat too much.
This cat we had that was my daughter's cat that moved out. She took it with her, but this thing only came to me in the morning. If I get up in the morning with the kids, she would sit right at my feet and start meowing, and then stand by her dish, and we keep going back and forth till I fed her, and then right after we were done dinner, she would go back and forth again. So I have to keep, all right, I got it. And I'm 52 going senile, right? I'm talking to the cat. All right, I got you. Hold on.
The cat trained you. So did the lizard. The lizard or dragon.
The dragon
Sticky
does
will
it too.
only eat for you. He will not eat for anyone else.
Yeah, if Anna or anybody else puts food in the dragon's cage, he doesn't eat it. He stares at him, or he looks over for me. And then if I put it in the cage, he eats it.
Well, you guys have a whole
what's going through his mind? You think
social-
what's going through his mind, Robert, is he's like, wait, I've seen them prepare your food. You're the only one I trust in this place.
I'm the one that cooks in the house.
Yes,
I'm the one
he
that
is.
I do dinner. Yep. I grew up a baker. My family owned bakeries. So I bake, I cook, I do all that stuff. And because of my schedule, there are certain days a week I'm not home for dinner, but the rest of the time I'm the one that does the cooking. And I think I do the laundry too, because that's from the military. I was Navy corpsman with the Marines. I was stationed with the Marine Corps, and your laundry had to be a certain way. Everything was folded a certain way, so I don't let other people do my laundry either.
Yeah. And see, that goes back to somewhat of my thing with it has to be a certain way or I lose interest. And I find myself, I run into that sometimes with keeping things in the house a certain way. Like keeping the kitchen counters not cluttered with, you pull out a griddle and you cook with the griddle, then you clean the griddle off. And sometimes it gets put back, or somebody else moves stuff in the cabinet. And it's like, by the time I go in there, I got to do all kinds of finagling to get it back to the way it's supposed to be, just to put the griddle away. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine on the counter.
Oh my God. I'm constantly looking for stuff. And when my kids try to help and put the dishes away out of the dishwasher, I'm in there like, where is it? Somebody stole it. Oh, wait.
Somebody. Is it in your room? What did you do with it?
Who took it?
And it's the weirdest things too. It'd be like, where in the world is the meat tenderizer? The meat tenderizer needs to be in the food prep drawer. It's not here in the drawer of food prep utensils. It's in the knife drawer. It's not a knife.
Oh God. Oh yeah. And yes, Odd, I do have macaroon recipes and cookie recipes, but I still twitch because I have nightmares still about making Christmas cookies. And that time is coming again. We used to make over 100 pounds of one cookie a day, and we would make about 6 or 7 cookies a day at the bakery and bagging them all out by hand. We didn't have the machines that cut them out. We had to bag them out. So my arms would go home looking like Popeye, and I still wake up at 2, 3 in the morning like cookies, and
And you started at age 12.
Yeah, I started at 12. The place was called Piazza's Bakery, and when you're 12 and you're a Piazza on the weekends, you're in and you start out doing donuts and you work your way up. So I started out so early.
I get it.
Apologies for Christmas baking PTSD.
Exactly. It goes with the military PTSD. I don't know which is worse.
I get it. But no, going back to Star Trek.
Yeah, there we go.
I like what they're coming out with. I want to see the new one. What do they call it? New Worlds? Strange New Worlds?
Strange New Worlds. Yeah, I can't wait to see that with Christopher Pike and Rebecca Romaine is number 1.
Oh yeah. Like definitely want to see that. But I was reading something earlier that since they're both under the same umbrella now, the film franchise and the television franchise, which it's been a while since they were both owned by the same company. A lot of people don't realize that Paramount and CBS were not the same company, and that's what was causing a lot of delay in films and caused the separation, creating the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah.
They're talking about wanting to put them back together. And I'm like, okay, I can get that, but one thing that worries me is I enjoy the new Star Trek. I'm not like, oh, it is no. I will say Enterprise was the last really good Star Trek series we had. I love Picard. I really do. But to me, it's like a movie. To me, it's like a movie with a week-long commercial break.
I'm still on with the all the F-bombs and everything else that's going on in the new shows, but
yeah, it's for somebody who's constantly trying to get Krusty to drop an F-bomb. Come on, man. Come on.
well, there's a difference. Star Trek I used to watch with my kids, like Deep Space Nine, Voyager, even the original series. And then Discovery, we first started watching the new shows, and they're like F-bomb this, F-bomb that, and naked Klingons. I was like, wait a minute, whoa,
Discovery, and see, that was my thing, though, too. I didn't like the way Discovery took some of their edginess because it felt forced.
Yeah.
It felt like they're going, ooh, we can really push the envelope, so let's just do what we can do to push the envelope. Give us suggestions, and we'll shoehorn it into the show.
Yeah.
Picard's edginess to me worked. Like you would, because I look at Picard, I look at his character, and you also, when you look at Picard, you also have to look at Patrick Stewart. Picard does not exist without Patrick Stewart. They do mirror each other a lot. Like if you look at Picard as a captain, he started out rigid, secluded by the book, and as it went on, he became, these are my friends, we push the envelope when we need to, so on and so forth. And that's how Patrick Stewart was. When he started out acting in Next Generation, he was rigid by the book, was serious and everything, but then as the show went on and everybody was horsing around and having fun, he loosened up and became one of the family.
Yeah.
And when I look at that, and I look at how Patrick Stewart has evolved as a person compared to what he was, and I look at how Picard is, I understand his character. Now, some of the things they did to PC it and SJ Warrior it, and like with 7 of 9 and stuff like that, I may not agree with it, but when people take over something and write for it, they take over and write for it. That's
some of it just seems a little forced, though. You know what I mean? Like it's,
and it does. And the problem is
there else,
a lot of writers nowadays, a lot of film writers, they don't let the story write themselves. They feel like they know the story is going to go in this direction, so they'll start writing it, and then they'll change it to go in that direction. Star Wars 7 or 8, Star Wars Episode 8, prime example of that. Prime example of the story not writing itself. You develop the characters, you put them on a path. You go, I want this to be how the story's going to end. And you develop the characters, and then you put them on that path. The characters will take it to the end.
Yeah.
You let your characters write your story, and you can tell when you watch movies, you can tell when characters wrote the story. And that's what made Next Generation such an amazing show. Everybody was worried it was going to suck because it wasn't the old Star Trek, it wasn't the old series. But what made it, it had a rough couple seasons at first, but what they did after the writers' strike in season 2, when they started bringing in the other writers, the writers were catering the stories to the characters. They weren't just trying to shoehorn their own ideas in. They were going, okay, we've got Riker. This is Riker's personality. What would happen if Riker found out he had an evil twin? And normally you'd be like, really? An evil twin? What? And then they come out with an amazing episode.
Yeah, they did a lot with character development, and they just instead of backstory, and they went really well with it.
And again, and that's the thing, is like you can have some backstory character development, but if you let the characters write their own stories, you have character development. That's not forced.
Oh yeah.
And then the other side is connection. Everyone wants that connection. We talked about this a while back. I talked about it with you, and you look at the most popular Star Trek films, the original series films, the Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan. I mean, yeah, the other ones grossed more in theaters, but that one, you talk to any Trekkie, anybody that's into the old Star Trek, what's the greatest Star Trek movie made? Wrath of Khan.
Yep.
And one, amazing film, but two, it was grounded, it was connected, it was tethered. You know, Space Seed, a fun episode, not the most memorable episode, a fun episode. You know, a lot of you think about the most iconic villains and stories. The most iconic villain of the original series, Khan.
Oh yeah.
He had one episode where he really didn't do much but try to take over the Enterprise and got, you know, he's supposed to be this huge super soldier and got kicked off in one episode. But even Batman, the Joker wasn't supposed to be this big carry on down the road thing. He was supposed to be a one-hit wonder villain. Ninja Turtles with Shredder. Shredder had one story arc and Leonardo killed him in the end. It was like one book. And he became a huge villain for Ninja Turtles.
I do have a lot of the original Ninja Turtle comic books from the 80s. And I didn't see him really in too many of them at all.
He was only in like one or two. It was like just one short story arc, and Leonardo killed him at the end of the story arc. Because, spoiler alert, people, in the comics, the Ninja Turtles, they weren't nice.
No, they were bad guys, sort of anti-heroes like Batman.
Yeah, like Batman started out. They turned around and made Batman a no-kill thing, but when he started out, he was basically DC's Punisher.
Yep.
You know, but I see that, and I see one of the most popular Next Generation movies, First Contact. One, that movie was just beautiful. It was aesthetically beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. I mean, there's a reason it won Academy Awards. And two, again, it was tethered. You had Voyager out, so you had the Borg still going strong, but then you had the connection to Picard with the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided to not do DS9 and leave Cisco floating around in some weird wormhole thing. They decided to only bring Janeway back for a cameo in Nemesis.
They're bringing her back in the new cartoon they're making.
She's going to be. I was wondering if that was going to be a cartoon or if they were actually doing another live action, because they're talking about coming out with like 3 more Trek shows.
Yeah, they did Lower Decks, but they're making another cartoon on Nickelodeon.
Oh.
I guess for younger kids, for actual cartoon for kids, and they have her. She's been talking about reprising her role there.
All right, $5 says it's going to be in the style of Rick and Morty.
Well, that's what Lower Decks is.
I know, but again,
Crafty, huh?
I watch Star Trek cartoons. Like I found the entire animated series on DVD like 15 years ago at Walmart on sale for like $10.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen the full. I'd only seen a couple episodes of it, so I was like, "It's $15. I'm buying it." And I watched it, and I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, the original. I have those, but I watched all the Lower Decks, and I laughed through every single one. I loved it.
Yeah, and again, like I've watched Lower Decks, and it's one of those. It's an escape. But my thing with Star Trek, I didn't watch Star Trek for a comical escape. Like, I don't sit down and go, okay, I just want to escape and just have comedy. I'm going to watch Star Trek. I watch Star Trek because it's like I want to be invested in these characters. You know, my favorite Star Trek series would have to be Deep Space Nine, the 4 final seasons.
Yeah.
When they, you know, when it started going hardcore into Dominion Wars and every episode was an investment, that is when I enjoyed Star Trek before. You know, I enjoyed this episode, that episode, this episode, that episode, tie it together a little bit. But when DS9 went to that serialized back to back to back,
yeah,
and they not only did they do it that way, they still did it where the episodes would still be disconnected somewhat, but they still went together for the main story arc.
Right. It wasn't a whole just season-long story arc, and that was it. The episodes could stand on their own as well.
Exactly. A lot like how Supernatural does theirs.
Yeah.
You know, they've got their episode Monster of the Week type thing, but overall, each episode contributes to this giant story arc that's going on.
Doctor Who does that too. because
Oh,
we need to get into Doctor Who a little bit here.
Doctor Who.
And you guys are missing out on some odds and Halloween's comments. They're actually adding some.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hello Queen. Oh, went back to watch. Exactly. Oh, Avery's. Yes. And
Well,
like he is him not returning to Trek after DS9 is a waste.
Who's that one?
Avery, Cisco.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, his character, what he did to Cisco, and, you know, and again, another amazing actor. You see him in real life, and he's just like this jazzy kind of swinging, kind of hey man, kind of dude. But he gets in the role of Cisco, and it's boom.
I remember him from the 70s in that show Vegas when he was the big bad tough guy Muscle back then. It was a very different character.
Yeah, he can go, see. Thank you, Hollow Queen. See, not only are they chatting that we're missing, we apologize. I got into talking and was staring at Robert's face, bromancing here.
I kept telling Rob to look up at the camera and not to stare in Kerwin's eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. And missing comments, but Hollow Queen is defending us. Thank you. Yeah, whoever said Vulcans are elves, they're not elves, they're Vulcans.
Your wife said they were space elves.
No, that's
Oh, Crashly asked me to tell
Crash,
you
get out of here. You're not
what I
driving
did
the camera.
what I did for her. Did she tell you
Yeah,
about
she
the?
wants
I did. As much as she loves Hamilton, a friend of mine in California knows Lin-Manuel Miranda, and she gave his publicist my number to contact me. I was going to see if Crashly could do an interview with him on her show. And after a whole bunch of back and forth with the publicist, unfortunately, he said he doesn't do interviews because it would count as an endorsement. And there's a lot of contractually obligated things that go along with that. But he did say he was going to send her a personalized autograph instead as a thank you for being such a fan.
She didn't even tell me that. This is
Oh.
the first time I'm hearing about this.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I got hold of the publicist for a few times and said, she's a huge fan. I told her about the lives and how we always sing the songs and all that. I was even trying to practice a couple Hamilton songs so we could still have it today, but you don't want to hear me sing. Not even a little bit. And but he said he was very gracious and humble. He said humbly, I have to decline because of contractual obligations, and it would be considered an endorsement with all the Diamond Art Club and all the stuff on there. But he is sending an autograph. He's going to send it to me, and I'm going to forward it on to her. And
That is awesome. That is awesome.
he doesn't usually personalize autographs. Usually you just get a picture with his name on it or something like that.
Yeah.
But he said, since I made some mistake and we know the person that I know that knows him and all that stuff, and he's going to make it out for Crashly.
I guess you're not going to say who it was that you know.
No, she said no.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, I tried to get the interview because I wanted to see Crashly freak out and do the ha-ha, so, snorting. But, I was trying to work that snort in there somewhere. I had to do it somehow. I don't segue well.
He does snort when he laughs, and we were going to try and get him. I was just typing, I swear to God, on the chat, we need to make Rob laugh. And then I was going to wait for the snort to come out because it can't be alive without at least one snort.
Yeah,
Rob, I'll give you my publicist name and maybe she can interview me.
I have. It's funny because all the celebrities that I do know are the Star Trek ones from the Star Trek experience and having our Klingon table at the cons and all that stuff.
And Doctor Who.
And I know River Song from Doctor Who. I know her. She actually
Yeah.
was. She was drinking with us at one of the cons. It was funny as hell. Hack. Sorry,
Oh
Ed
man.
Robert.
You know, if there was a celebrity that I would like to be friends with, just you look at them through their interviews and everything. If there was a celebrity that I think I would actually get along and be friends with, would be Simon Pegg.
I've never met him, but I've met the other guy.
Nick Frost,
Yeah, from Paul. When we watched Paul.
Paul and Shaun of the Dead and them, yeah.
Yeah, I met him at one of the cons, and he's funny too.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I just, again, I always have this, like, part of me is like, oh, I need to find a con that Simon Pegg's in just so I could talk to him. And, and in my head, I'm like, oh, I could talk to him, and then I could pitch him my idea for a Star Trek movie and get Star Trek back on track. Because, like, that one I told you about, I would love to see that movie. And you see them keep messing up, being like, oh, we're going to make it. Oh, we're not. Oh, we're going to make it. Oh, and it's like, just make it. And they're worried that it's not going to hit. And I'm telling you, it needs a tether. And that would be the tether to use. Doing Discovery, they know that going into the Mirror Universe, they feel that going into the Mirror Universe will bring Trekkies back. And that's why they tried to go hardcore with it with Discovery. But the problem is to take something that was sort of introduced at a certain time and then make a prequel doing hardcore interactions with it. It's kind of a shoehorn again.
Well, yeah, they did the Mirror Universe in the first season of Discovery. And
First and second.
Say what?
Well, yeah, you're right. They didn't really touch it in the second somewhat, but yeah.
Most of the first season was all Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
And they literally brought the Emperor of the Mirror Universe back with them to our universe.
Yeah.
Which is, Georgiou, the new Georgiou. And they're supposed to make a series about her, too, but I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Someone mentioned in Mindy's live last night that in her town they're starting to film the new Batman movie again. I can't remember who it was,
Batman.
but the new Batman movie
Robert
is
Pattinson?
filming
Twilight.
starting again.
Yeah, the new Batman movie.
Is this where you guys rate your favorite Batmans now?
Adam West and Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Keaton. Keaton's number one all the way.
Well, I always liked Adam West just because that's what I know from when I was little. But Keaton would always be up there.
Adam West is a good campy Batman, but Keaton's Batman.
Right.
And that is why I am stoked that he's coming back as Batman.
Yeah, for the multiverse movie.
Yes, and not only are they being like, okay, Keaton, it's not going to be just a cameo situation because they signed him on to do multiple.
Yeah, they got Affleck. They got Affleck again too.
Yeah, he's coming back to sort of let them reset it to get rid of him in a sense.
I liked Affleck. I liked him.
Affleck was the problem with Affleck's Batman was not Affleck. It was
the writing.
The writing. What's his name?
Snyder.
Snyder. Snyder was the problem.
Which one is that? Name the movie.
Which one is what?
I'm assuming she means the one Keaton is. Which movie was that?
Keaton? Batman and Batman Returns.
I just am reading the comment that says
Keaton's was just called Batman.
And then
Batman Returns.
Both done by Tim Burton.
Yep.
Then when they were making Batman Forever, Tim Burton was having issues, so he backed out, and Joel Schumacher, who worked on the first two, got it.
And ruined it.
At that point, Keaton was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
He didn't like Schumacher. He didn't get along with them. He didn't like the direction Schumacher was taking it. So they brought in Kilmer, which didn't do a bad job. And then
I like
Schumacher,
him as Iceman. I don't like him and Doc Holliday, but I don't think he was Batman.
He wasn't Batman, but he still did a decent job for what he had. I mean, come on, he was being directed by Schumacher.
Yeah.
Crashy wants to know who is going to play the Joker in the new Batman. Anyone?
No, the main villain is Riddler.
Yeah. He's not. They're not putting Joker in the new Batman movie.
Oh, my son fielded that question.
Yeah,
fielded that
they
one.
have Penguin. They have Riddler, Catwoman, and they were supposed to have Bane, but they didn't know if that was coming.
Yeah, and I think Bane needs to step away for a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of messed him up in the last three.
No. Dark Knight, I'm sorry. What we needed Batman and Robin's Bane in Dark Knight, but not the way he was acting. Like Dark Knight's Bane character with Batman and Robin's Bane look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be a Spanish crime lord, a Mexican crime lord.
yeah.
Not some English yo-yo with a mask on, and that was it, you know.
But at the same time, I love Tom Hardy. I love the Nolan Batman films. You know, I mean, come on. You can't – you got to love somebody who becomes a huge actor and is in amazing roles, you know, Star Trek, Mad Max,
Yeah.
Batman. I mean –
Venom. He was Venom. I mean, I liked him in Venom.
Iconic roles. I mean, you look at him in Star Trek Nemesis as this scrawny Picard clone.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and comes out as Bane, and you're just like, okay.
They beefed him up hard, yeah.
Like, dang, you know, the dude can act. He's one of those. I sort of call him the British Affleck in a sense, because there's a bunch of them. There's him, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a couple others. The reason I call him that is it's like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Jason Lee. You know, that crew that became famous and popular in the States and U.S. film came about because of Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got some other roles, but they were friends with Kevin Smith and stuff like that. And when it comes to Tom Hardy and them, a bunch of them got their big breakout roles were Guy Ritchie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they weren't big roles; they were low budget. Like Guy Ritchie's like the Kevin Smith of New England, or of the United Kingdom in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and then turns around and marries Madonna and goes to make a movie for her and totally messes it up.
Yeah, Crashly asked why do they keep making Batman, and I keep asking the same question. I think they keep trying to get it right. Or they keep using different directors that have their vision for what Batman should be. I don't know.
The reason they keep making Batman is because only in the past, 15 years has Marvel, not even 15 years, more like 10 years, has Marvel actually been its own studio to make movies with its comics. DC has been Warner Brothers for like 35 years, 40 years.
Well, now Marvel is Disney.
Well, yeah, but I
They have
mean,
Disney money now.
yeah, but DC was Warner Brothers, and for the longest time it was Superman.
Yep.
Superman was the only DC character they would touch to do films.
Well, with Christopher Reeves, it worked.
Well, yeah, for the most part, the writing. I mean, Superman 2, the Donner, is the only really decent one out of the first one. Like, come on, really? If Superman flies around the Earth backwards, he goes back in time. He can reverse the Earth's rotation. I don't think that's how time travel works.
I still like 1 and 2. 3 started going downhill, and then 4 and 5 just lost me. So,
yeah,
but I still like Christopher Reeves, and then they had Brandon Routh.
For the longest, Superman,
he would be great.
Yeah, and it was all. But he's Brandon Routh's Superman is part of the Donner Superman movies. It's part of that series.
If he would have just made that a little better, if they would have did a little better with that and made him not so whiny, I think it would have worked a little better than it did.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're talking Superman on here, so you guys might want to get into Superman a little bit.
Well, yeah,
we're talking Superman. Right
I'm
now.
sorry, I'm out.
We are on Superman.
I apologize.
That they have the darkest Superman, but
I just want to give Val a shout out. You know, we're a bunch of nerds talking to each other, so we get passionate. We're not paying that much attention to the chat, and Val is helping us out by paying attention to the chat. And I want to say thank you and give you.
She keeps yanking on our leashes a little bit. We're like, oh yeah, okay.
Big shout out. But no, for the longest time, Warner Brothers, it was Superman. That was the only one they would touch. And Burton talked him into letting him do the Batman movie. And it blew up.
Wasn't Burton supposed to do Superman with Nicolas Cage for a
Nicolas
little
Cage.
while?
Yep.
Yeah.
He talked him into doing the Batman movie, and it blew up. It was awesome. So then
Yeah.
they're like, okay, well now we've got Superman and Batman. And the thing is Warner Brothers and DC has this huge array of heroes. You had the Justice League and stuff, but Warner Brothers and the studio did not think that there was any marketability in any of the other DC comic heroes.
Oh, geez.
They didn't, and that's why. And honestly, with some of the movies that come out, they're not really helping the case against that.
No, I mean, I think they did good with Wonder Woman because Gal Gadot was pretty good, and
Wonder Woman's decent.
I don't think they could have made a better choice for Aquaman. By manning him up a little bit.
Yeah.
With Jason Momoa, I even liked it. I was like, "Wow, there you go." But the Superman,
I didn't realize.
oh jeez, they were going with it really well, but I looked over and got distracted. My daughter's got on her. I got her a sweatshirt of the Buddy Christ from Dogma, and she's got her little Buddy Christ sweatshirt on.
She was upstairs diamond painting too.
Oh, and she was
She's-
upstairs
I'm
diamond
so
painting.
proud.
I have
My
a
daughter.
desk now. I have a desk now. So.
Oh
Let's see.
yeah,
Jen, they are working on interconnecting them all. They've
Yeah.
already done it in the TV series. The Arrowverse, which I absolutely love on the CW,
yeah,
has already connected all of them. They did Crisis of Infinite Earths,
Yep.
which was based loosely on the Crisis of Infinite Earths comic book storyline from the early 80s.
yeah. Oh, actually, yeah.
What had happened was the way DC wrote their comics is they wrote them to where they were like each person wanted their own route to go with. So they weren't in the same universe. They shared universes. So this person could write this character, bring in Superman, and it wouldn't really be the same Superman that's being written in the other books.
Right.
And they allowed that to go on for so long that they literally had tons of titles that had nothing to do with each other. And Marvel was kicking their butt because Marvel had continuity. They stories went with each other. They didn't, aside from the X-Men, Marvel made sense.
Yeah. Everybody sort of came together in that one.
Yeah. So DC, and they've been doing it ever since. I think they just said they're going to do it again next year. They have this crisis event where it basically wipes the board and allows them to keep a few of the titles they want to keep and revamp everything.
Yeah.
And in the crossover event that the CW did this past season, they did Crisis of Infinite Earths, and they had I can't remember names right now, but the guy who played Robin in the Adam West Batman series,
Burt Ward.
Ward. They had Burt Ward in it. They had the reporter from Tim Burton's Batman movie in it. They had the Huntress from the CW or the WB show Birds of Prey.
Yeah, the old TV show from the 90s.
I
Yeah.
like the old Birds of Prey.
Yeah, they had the Huntress from the TV show from the 90s.
Yeah, they they brought in Smallville's Superman. They brought in John Wesley Shipp reprised his character again from the Flash from the 90s.
I liked when they got Kevin Conroy to be Batman, even though I wasn't crazy about his particular Batman.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Come Batman, but at the same time, Kevin Conroy, Superman. Brandon Routh got to reprise his role as the Donner Universe Superman and gave it
Kingdom Come Superman.
And he got to play two DC characters in the same series. But spoiler alert if you didn't see it, they even brought in the Flash from the current movies.
Yeah, I saw that.
And his movie is the one that they're using to bring all the DC movies together. Yeah. And that's why they cast Michael Keaton as Batman to reprise his role, because they're basically going to do a reset in the movie world to have their own.
Yeah. That's what I can't wait for. I mean, I liked all the little comments they made in the CW ones where Brandon Routh, before he was Superman, when they first met Supergirl, and he's walking through, yeah, she looks like my cousin. I don't know, little stuff like that.
Yeah. Or What character in Supergirl, the original Supergirl from the 80s, she played, they brought in all of them, Terry Thatcher, Dean Cain, like
Yep.
from the moment they brought in that, I think, I don't know if Arrow really had any of those cameos up front, but with the Flash, like they went all out with it. They're like, okay, we're gonna do a Flash show. Who's gonna play Barry's dad? Let's get John Wesley Shipp to do it. He played Flash in the 90s. Let's do that. And then to bring in, Luke Skywalker himself to reprise his role, to bring in Mark Hamill to reprise his role of the Trickster from the 90s TV series was just genius. And then to have him and Shipp go back and forth, their little banter is like, man, I feel like I'm 20 years back watching this campy Flash series.
My son loves it. He's over here twitching. We're talking about the CW one, and he's twitching over here.
I was just typing that in chat.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up on Supergirl though. That one kind of.
Yeah, he's a little behind on Supergirl, but
Who was the actor for Lex Luthor? John Cryer.
John Cryer.
Cryer.
He was the best Lex Luthor I've seen
in all of Supergirl. All 4 seasons, he's the best character, hands down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like John Cryer.
I enjoy it. I'm not a fan of the girl who plays Supergirl.
No, not
Man,
really. It was okay.
Right.
Crashly and I watched Glee,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew she was in it, and I knew Barry was in it. Grant Gustin, because that's why they did the singing episodes in The Flash.
Yeah, I
because
saw that.
of that, and didn't like a character there. But at the same time, going back to Vampire Diaries,
Yeah.
when what's his name? He played Supergirl's love interest for a while.
I don't remember.
You had Krypton, and then you had the other planet, and there
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
ended up
from,
in-
Monel. Yeah, Monel.
yeah. And then when we're watching Vampire Diaries, and I see this guy show up, and I'm like, that's the guy from Supergirl. It's Monel. And he played this. You didn't get that far in it. Monel shows up in Vampire Diaries as this evil witch dude.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, and he plays a character like that pretty well.
I liked
But,
how
no, I-
John Delancey was also in the original Charmed series, and the sound effects they used in Charmed were from Star Trek.
Oh, Q. I can't watch Charmed anymore. I'm just
The new ones.
any of them anymore. I just can't.
I watched the old Charmed series, and I will tell you this: I tried watching it more recently. Talk about a show that didn't age well.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
It didn't age well, and I couldn't get into the new one at all.
That's what everybody says. It's when you try to, it's like Hollywood doesn't have an original idea anymore. How many times can you make the same show over and over? Sabrina
But the
the
thing is,
Teenage Witch.
Hollywood hasn't had an original idea for 40 years.
Yeah,
They're running out of ways to. They're getting the wrong people to try to twist the original ideas. I mean, again. I love the CW Arrowverse. I'll watch Supernatural, just amazing. Another show that I wish would come back. I really do. It was one of those that it was on TNT, and it was one of those that was like flip a coin if it was going to continue. Was Leverage.
I don't remember that one.
Oh,
Leverage.
you got it. It has the guy who played Crowley in Supernatural.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love Crowley.
Is in it. And see, I would love for them to bring it back, but him star as it. But the star was I can't remember his name, but it had them. It even 7 of 9 even showed up and was in it for quite a bit.
I know what you're talking about now.
It was basically like the A-Team meets Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
remember
just it was just I loved that show. And I was so sad when they canceled it.
yeah. I mean, they did a lot of good stuff with the Vampire Diaries, and the fact that I could watch a little bit of. I know Crashly's twitching over there every time we talk about it. I know they did with the thing. Why can they be out in the daylight? And they worked the rings in there pretty good with the one that was. They put the spell on the rings and all that stuff, and it worked out. But I mean, I have to say, Damon is still right now. out of all the shows I've watched, Damon is still the coolest vampire. You know, next to Christopher Lee as Dracula.
Yeah. Well,
I did like Frank Langella as Dracula too, but the movie being done in the 70s didn't do it a whole lot of justice.
I did like what Borealis or whatever his name is. I liked him as Angel. I saw Jen talked about Buffy.
David Boreanaz.
Yeah, David Boreanaz. He was a little broody for me.
But I liked him as Angel. But Spike was an amazing vampire.
Yeah, Spike was the shit in that show. I mean, the stuff in that show.
I
David-
loved that Angel. I liked the Buffy show, and I loved Angel. I thought Angel was better than Buffy as a show.
Hmm.
You know, those are what made like watching those made me like it. I like film. I like TV, and when I see a director or a producer doing something, that's what makes me go, I'm going to go watch that. And when I found out that Joss Whedon was doing Avengers, I was like, well, now I love comics, so I'm going to go watch it anyway. But now I'm stoked to watch it because, you know, this is the guy who brought us Buffy and Angel and stuff. Just like when Sam Raimi did Spider-Man, I was like, well, yeah, because I liked Hercules, I liked Xena, I love the Evil Dead trilogy. I want to see Sam Raimi's take on it.
I'm still in mourning over Joss Whedon's Firefly.
Oh, man.
Everybody is like, oh, a little
Yeah.
for Firefly there, you know.
Moment of silence for Firefly.
Yeah, moment of silence for Firefly. You know.
I miss Warehouse 13.
And I liked Castle too because I like Nathan Fillion. He kind of brought quirkiness to it.
Nathan Fillion, he's another one that, you know, he just seems like a cool guy to hang out with.
He really is. Nathan Fillion. We met him at a convention. Me and the kids were sitting down eating, and he sat down and had lunch, like a table over from us. And the kids were ready to, like, Anna and my daughter Anna wanted to run. Let's go say hi. Let's get his autograph. I'm like, let the man eat. He's been working his butt off, probably signing autographs. Let's let him eat and get, you know, he's still a person who needs his own lunch, you know. I'm sure he doesn't want to be bothered while he's eating. And when he was done, he came over to our table and said, I heard what you said. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot to me that people aren't just ready to rush and jump. And he signed stuff. He gave us, you know, a couple pictures and things like that. He was just a genuinely nice guy. He shook our hands and talked with us for a minute. And then, he's like, I got to get back. Because they herd people through there like cattle anymore. But he's a really cool guy.
Well, people just don't have self-restraint anymore for stars. They get starstruck, and it's like they feel like they own them.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't give them the time of day that they feel like they deserve, it's like, oh, that person's a butthole. It's like some people don't want to be bothered every time they go out.
Yeah, I mean, they're big stars, and they know that it's part of it. But I mean, that's on us. Have a little self-control. Let the poor guy eat, or let them go to the store. Or don't follow him into a restroom when he's going to the bathroom. You know.
Yeah, Crashly, a new series is coming on CW called Stargirl. The first season premiered on DC Universe, the streaming service they had that they merged with HBO Max when they brought it out, and then they moved it to the CW, and they're showing the first season on CW as well. Petier, what was her name? She was in Heroes, and then she was in Nashville.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, she's the one playing Stargirl. She's a good actress, so I kind of want to see that and see where she's.
I thought it was a younger girl playing Stargirl.
It is, but it's good for.
I thought it was Hayden. Did they recast it? Because I thought it was her.
It was a young girl. It was they went towards the comic book, and she's only like 17, 18 years old or something like that.
It's good for younger kids.
Yeah, it's a good younger kid show.
Of it.
I think Hayden Panettiere's in it, but I don't think she's actually.
Okay. Yeah, she may not even be in it anymore. That they did cast her for a little bit, but yeah, now I see it's a.
Yeah, I think she was supposed to be someone in the first episode that like passed it on or something like that.
Yeah, they put in it's Breck Basinger.
Yeah, it's a little girl now. That's supposed see when they do the way they do these things, they look like. Okay, when I first saw that, I thought, what are they doing to Captain America? And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's Stargirl.
Hey, she's 21 and she was born on my birthday. So Stargirl was born on my birthday.
Oh, there you go.
May 25th, 1999.
May 25th?
That's younger than Amber.
Oh,
That's
God.
my birthday. So yeah, she's she's not as old as Hayden, whatever. But I was excited because I thought she was going to be it, but I still have to watch it and give it a shot.
Yeah, I couldn't have got any better with my son's birthday. Being a TOS fan, Dr. McCoy was always my favorite.
The original
Yeah.
Star Trek series.
They
is
know
TOS.
they know what TOS is.
Not everyone.
Ugh. Tell them to keep up. You know.
No, it's those old scientists.
Yeah.
That's what TOS is. Those old scientists. You know, Kirk,
Yep, from Lower Decks. Yep, Lower Decks. But my son Robbie's birthday is January 20th, and that's the same as DeForest Kelly's birthday.
Ah.
I couldn't have done that better if I did the C-section myself. But she did not have a C-section.
Yeah, I was
She-
about to say you need to tell the rest of that
yeah,
story.
she pushed out a 10-pound, 7-ounce baby naturally. So when I do spoil her with stuff, she always tends to bring that up if I say no first off. Then she delivered a 10-pound, 7-ounce baby. So I'm like, okay, here you go.
I gave you 3 high-risk
Oh,
children.
Crashly's wiggling in.
Sorry, I
Wear
was
sunglasses
falling
when it's
asleep,
dark
guys.
out.
What are those, your movie star sunglasses? You got to wear them at night?
My sunglasses at
Where are my
night.
Freddie Mercury ones?
She's trying to just show off her Michael Kors sunglasses.
Oh, look at you. Hoity-toity.
Crashly will probably be live again on Tuesday. The retreat caused a hiccup in the lives. She couldn't go live last Tuesday. We were going to do a Q&A. We might just do a Q&A again, instead Tuesday. But she had to pack and get ready to go on the retreat. She was leaving Wednesday night. And then Friday, she wasn't able to do the crafter party because she was at the retreat and they weren't doing lives. They were, having fun, giving lap dances and singing Hamilton and stuff like that. And then, as you can see, she's on the road, losing her mind, trying to squish our heads.
Yeah, I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing your head.
And so her actual live, she'll be back on Tuesday. And maybe it'll be more than her just making faces and
Hey, Jen. Hold on.
Yeah, we bought we were out, and since Val's a big Queen fan, I found the Freddie Mercury star sunglasses.
He's wearing them in the We Will Rock You video.
Yeah, the We Will Rock You video star sunglasses. So I bought those for her.
Aw. You can take me out if you guys want. I was just gonna make banners and stuff and mess with your stream.
you do it.
Okay, I will.
Produce this show.
Reduce it? Do you mean
Produce
improve
it.
it?
Produce it.
Okay, well I can't produce from back here, or can I? Maybe reproduce. Heyo.
Not with me.
Amanda says I can't reproduce with her. So.
Hey, Crash, what's
Yeah.
your ETA?
What?
How much longer? How much
you got,
longer?
Amanda?
Too goddamn fucking long.
You can't say fuck on my channel.
You just said it too.
F-bomb.
You owe me another.
Sorry.
You owe me another.
That was double digits there too.
Wow.
It's not
There's a
Friday
dollar-
yet.
There's $1 in the swear jar.
$5 for you. I guess
Like,
I
we
think
already prepaid.
Yeah,
guess
well,
we
no,
have pretty long
super cats
because
more.
we'll be there at 4 a.m. Kerwin.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she won't be too tired for the luck of the Irish.
Take a nap
Sorry,
first.
Hollow Queen. If your little ones were listening, it was Amanda's fault, to be honest. Sorry.
Oh, Hollow
Jen
Queen
is
already broke
so
out.
easy to scare the crap out of Crashly. It is one of my favorite pastimes.
You know what Jennifer did? Okay, let's just talk about the retreat real quick.
All right.
Here's how this happened. I look way less cooler. Okay, hold on. This is way cooler. So here's what happened. I get into the retreat and I say hi to all my friends, They're heading to bed and it's nothing. Okay, fine. So I see all my friends. We're hugging, having a great time. And the first thing that my butt says is, "Where's Jen?" Because I was so excited to see my long lost best friend that I've gotten to know so well, remotely. And so, everyone shows me where my room is, and I get my little wagon ready to put my stuff away. And here's Jen hiding in this damn closet, right? So I slowly pull up my little cart of stuff, and Jen just goes, blah! And I'm like, what the?
Oh, so Jen came out of the closet for you.
I said, I can restrain myself, Amanda. I'll teach you one day, but not. We ain't got enough time for that smart mouth.
Not today.
Not today.
Val said so Jen came out of the closet for you.
Holy bejesus out of me. First thing I do when I walk in the door. But that's not even the funniest thing that happened. Here's the funniest thing that happened. So, I couldn't do the crafter party, right? Post the video on Creative Craft Addictions, but don't go see it now. You all stay right here afterwards. Go see it. But I couldn't do the crafter party, and Drea had something come up. So Melissa B. Craft with me did the crafter party. So we were all in there having a good time. And as you know, the crafter party is the rated R version of my live streams. Basically, whatever happens. It is what it is. So Melissa B was like, man, I can't think of anything to get the conversation started. And we're like, don't worry about that. We got you. And so here comes Rebecca, and she says, okay, here comes some naughty words. So earmuffs. She just comes in the chat and says, who's going to have sex with me? Completely random. I don't know. So that starts this whole and Melissa B said two shots. One was of, what was it? Do you remember? Whatever the gold. What's the drink with the gold in it?
Goldschlager?
Goldschlagers. Goldschlagers.
It sounds like we echoed over here.
Yeah.
So Goldschlager.
Grr.
Just say Schlager. Sound like you're drunk when you say it, and you know you got it right.
Stuff. This hot stuff. Hot damn.
Fireball.
Thank you.
Cinnamon Fireball.
Fireball.
You first you say the F word, saying damn. Now you said damn. My God. You get a pet. Earmuffs. I did. Thank you. Okay. So I took both these shots. Both these shots in her live. She takes them both at the beginning of her live. So, food for thought. Taking 2 hardcore shots before a live, not a good idea. Let's just start there. So anyway, Rebecca says this like, who's gonna, and Billy wants to go out for a smoke. Okay, that's fine. Billy leaves his computer open.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why he would do such a thing, but I saw an opportunity. A very clear opportunity. So I walk up to this computer, while I'm looking behind me, really back there. And then Jen's watching my back. She won't admit it, but she was watching my back. And I get on there and I just randomly say, what did I say about Rebecca? I just told you. What did I say? Oh, no. He was like, I have big plans. Or no, I said Crashly is the hottest one here by far. Something like that. And I'm under Billy's name, by the way, not my name. It said Billy's like diamond painting and crafts or something. And then he says, I have plans for Rebecca too. And then he says, and I plan on making Care my own personal bear. That's what happened.
See, when you leave your computer open like that, you're just asking for trouble.
Especially when Crash is around.
Well,
All of them.
I have to say though, Billy, if you happen to watch this, Billy, that could have you could have killed me. You could have been like, my reputation, I'm this, darn tootin' Billy diamond painting dude, and you made me look like a harlot. I think only girls can be harlots actually, but still, he could have went off on me. I might have went off on somebody, but no, he was like, that was Crashly. So it was fine. But yeah, that could have went down south. You know what I mean?
Okay, you had him looking like a circus seal?
Oh.
There it is.
There it is.
No, new catchphrase.
There it is.
Elizabeth Della Rosa just messaged in our group chat that she has Hamilton stuck in her head. Sorry for that. Oh, so since I'm on here, I guess we should get the Hamilton out of the way too. Which one should we sing? Work, work, Angelica, Eliza, and
Peggy.
yes, it's Peggy. God,
Okay, sorry.
let's try it again.
Do it again. You had audio issues.
Angelica
And Eliza.
and Peggy.
There you go.
There you go. Got a little bit of Hamilton in there.
You sound like you're ready to get rid of me, honey.
I'm ready for you. to-
No.
I'm sorry, you ready for me to what?
Get home. I need you to come home, baby. I need you.
Oh, he's throwing the Irish out there at you.
Did it just get hot here?
I miss you.
Got long.
I miss you something fierce.
Look at Jen, she's singing. You see her, Eliza and Peggy, the Skylar sisters.
Hella Queen's like, you're interrupting the romance.
I'm sorry, what Kerwin? I was too busy singing to listen to you.
I'm sorry. I was too busy ignoring you to listen to you.
Either my
Ooh.
phone is crackly or I can't hear shit you're saying.
Well, the balance shifts, so.
I go to Fred for more guns and ships, and so that balance shifts. We rendezvous with Rochambeau, consolidate their gifts. We can end this war in Yorktown, cut them off at sea, but for this to succeed, there is someone else we need, you know, because I know what to do with the trench, blah, 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 blah. You want to fight for your land back. You need your right-hand man back. Get your right-hand man back. Get your right-hand man back. And you got to put some thought into the letter, get your right-hand man back. Oh, wait. You got to put some thought into the letter, but the sooner the better to get your right-hand man back. Oh.
Sorry, Jen. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go, Dan.
Got the nerd sandwich back.
The nerd sandwich.
I just called her the nerd witch.
Did he mute me?
Nerdwitch.
Did you mute me? You
No. He put you back in the middle of the nerd sandwich.
Oh, high five.
You're the filling in the nerd witch.
Wrong one.
Other way, Rob.
Sorry. There you go.
Okay, Rob's got a fake shoulder. He has to hold his hand up.
This is the bad shoulder. I can't. I have to hold my hand up like that.
You gonna leave him hanging?
I was never muted. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Oh, wait.
So,
Okay.
how about that? Baby shark.
No, don't get that stuck in my head, please.
Okay.
Ooh, she's done.
Hella Queen. We. I'll look at it and I'll see. I don't know if Crash. I'll go ahead and have a Sunday if that works for Crashly. Wait, how did? All right.
No. No, Halloween. It was not a baking injury. This was a Gulf War injury. The first time was because of. Yeah, it was. The first time was from the Gulf, and the second time was in a motorcycle accident. Same shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna pull her back in real quick.
All right, because she was making face.
All right, you're out of timeout. You good to have Halloween on Sunday? Next week?
What?
You good to have
Yeah, come
Halloween
on,
on
girl.
next week? All right, Halloween, you're gonna be next week.
And then we'll get to work, Angelica
And Eliza.
and Peggy. The Skylar sisters.
You've got Evie worried about you.
I'm sorry, what?
You've got Evie worried about you. She's asking if you're okay.
Who's okay?
Ooh,
Evie's
I'm
asking
okay.
if you're
I'm just
okay.
a freaking psycho. It's
Val said I can distract Crashly with the sparklies.
Well, I said for everyone, at least show some
We
sparkly.
got some sparklies to show you.
They're like the AV crystal.
sparklers. Yay,
Not-
I
yeah,
love
they're sparklers.
sparklers.
The
Back-
AB ones.
Talking
There
about
you go.
diamond painting, Crashly was giving me a hard time because I was wanting to get like a Star Wars or something to work on for this.
Yeah.
So I went to Hobby Lobby and I was like, okay, what ones do they have? And all of them were partials. And she's like, "Why didn't you get one?" I'm like, "Well, they were all partials. I ain't gonna pay that price for a partial diamond paint."
I know, right? I was looking at them in Joanne.
Diamond paint. What's the matter with a partial? I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, because I saw the Yoda one and the Darth Vader one at Joanne's. I'm like, I ain't paying that much money for that.
Yeah, no
Ain't
way.
nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, it's amazing how
Oh,
cheap.
Star Wars,
It's
Star
amazing how
Trek,
cheap I get with that stuff.
space elves and their
I'm
space.
right there with you.
Presents and
But you know, I let Crashly pay what she wants to on crafts because that's her craft, you know. And
Yeah.
if I see a Star Trek, commemorative plate or an autograph with the with the COA for auction or something like that, and I want to buy it, I'll buy it, bring it home, get yelled at for adding more crap to the house, making the house look gaudy. Going, hey, I guess I got to build a man cave and carry on.
There you go.
Let me
Yeah,
make
we don't
something
believe you.
real clear to you. I'll
I
yell at
wouldn't.
you if I damn well please. Okay?
Want another one?
So
Now, believe me, I know about when you spend the money with. We can't really do that. We got to say, and then Saturday comes along, and I hear, oh, but these are new and they're not going to be out again in their first edition, whatever. We got to have it.
No, it's the Halloween last final edition one is the one I'm bugging
Yeah,
about
there
right
you go,
now.
right there.
2.5 HD remix.
Yeah, the
2.5
the Halloween
remix.
last print edition 2.0 version has to be gotten now. So then I have to get it.
I came home. I was out hanging out with the kids and went to Target. And I came home because of the Target and found 2 Star Wars pops on clearance.
Yeah.
Found two Star Wars pops on clearance.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't let me mute her, so she pulled out for a little bit. Back in timeout. 2 Star Wars pops on clearance for like $2.50 a piece. So I bought them.
There you go.
It was $5. I brought them home. I took them out. I put them up in the spot. And she's all like, "You bought more crap? You was spending money on that." 2 days later, there's this diamond painting coming out. It's only $50. And I'm like, I paid $5 for 2 pops.
I hear that all the time too. I hear, oh, but it's only this if we spend this. And then I bought 2 of them. I bought a Christmas one and one for our daughter's house. And then she's like, well, this Christmas one I like better. It's different. We can cancel that one and get the new Christmas one. I'm like, all right, if we cancel one, we'll spend $54 for the other one. And then I get it and like, do we really want to cancel it? We should really have more Christmassy stuff. So yeah, okay.
We have
Val knows what she's doing.
but it's stock.
That's spilling all the tea.
That's
right
why I
now,
said I
man.
think you guys are us just a few years younger. You're like the before and the after.
Yeah. You'll understand where we're at with this stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like
Then again,
it's like these. I'm not knocking on anybody, you know, because these are cool. And if I were into diamond painting, like Crashly is into diamond painting, I'd be going, oh, look at that pen. I want that pen. You know, she makes her polymer clay pens, which are freaking awesome.
Amazing.
And we sell them, and she uses them every once in a while, but she loves the craft. She loves everything. But I've got no problem getting other ones that other people make and turn pens and stuff. And if I were into it, I would be right there. I'd be like, that's cool, you know, they're unique. It's something you like. And that's how I am with comic book stuff and Star Trek stuff and Star Wars. Like, I see autographed cards and then she makes fun of me because I'll look it up and I'll be like, wow, you know, I went to an auction one time, and after the auction was done, you know, people sift through what they bid on and leave the stuff they feel's trash, so they don't have to worry about throwing it away. They'll let the auctioneer throw it away.
Yeah.
And there was this was an auction that had a bunch of cards, a bunch of memorabilia, autograph stuff. There were some things I tried to get. There were some Masters of the Universe animated cells.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get them. I didn't win the bid. It was higher than what I was willing to pay for them. So I let them go. I was like, whatever. There were a lot of sports cards, baseball cards, basketball cards, stuff like that. And I helped set up for the auction. So I know, somewhat. I turn around if I see a bunch of Star Trek cards and comic book cards, which really aren't worth much anymore.
Nah.
But I see them, I separate them out from the baseball cards because I'm like, nobody's going to want this flat of cards, and I'm going to get it cheap.
Yeah.
And I got it cheap. And in that were a couple autographed, an autographed New Mutants postcard, an autographed X-Men postcard, a bunch of autographed X-Men trading cards, and some autographed metal X-Men cards, stuff like that. I was like, sweet, I got it. And then when the auction was done and I was helping clean up, I was just sifting through these magazines that this person threw away. And there was a magazine. It was, I don't know, Rob, you may know, you're into comic books some.
Yeah.
The Kung Fu, like the comic that had Danny Rand, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Comic,
I like
but
that show.
it was like Legend of Kung Fu or something like that. It was a magazine-sized comic.
Yeah.
This was just thrown in with the magazines, and it was the first appearance of Daughters of the Dragon. And I was like, I'm taking it. Brought it home,
Right.
Looked it up, and ungraded in the condition that it's in, it's worth like $100.
Yeah.
And Crash is like, well, you gonna sell it? And I'm like, no. And she's
Oh my
like, well,
God.
why do you care what it's worth? I'm like, because it's cool to know what it's worth.
I do that at the thrift shop all the time. We have like two right on Mill Street around the corner from us. And I was actually in there. They have a whole Star Wars wall of stuff. And I was looking for a Rancor because I want one like that too now. So,
Found that at Goodwill for like $5.
I was looking, and when I see things that they have priced weird that I know are worth more than they are priced for, stupid me is like, look, you're going to lose some money out. This is what it's worth. If they don't change it, then I'll buy it for the cheap price they have it for. But the one guy had a Thomas Riker figure from Playmates still in the box. I'm like, he's got it listed for $7. I'm like, you realize that's about a $200 figure, right? And I should have kept my mouth shut and just bought it because I went back the other day and he had it priced at $200. But
well, one of the cool things about that auction was not only did I get all those autographs for like I think Crash like paid $5 for the box because she was working all the time too on weekends. So she would bid on stuff if I wasn't there. And I was at another building looking at something I wanted, and she got the box of cards for me. I was like, sweet. But as I was throwing stuff away, I still just thumbed through the boxes, and somebody didn't go through the boxes entirely and didn't get all of the Masters of the Universe photo cells
oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
that were there.
Holy
So I was like, yeah, I'm taking these too.
Yeah, right.
A whole bunch of them.
Those are early cells too.
Yeah, I'm able to go in and look and see what scenes like because I looked up how to read the scene writing on the bottom and find the episode on YouTube or whatever and look and actually see the scene that this cell is in. Like you can see the video.
Well,
And I've got the actual thing that the video was in.
They're in great shape.
if you go back further, it looks like you have an early pre-edition Orko in there, the original Orko.
Like this is
Which
all
they
from the original Masters of the Universe cartoon.
Yeah.
And I had one. I gave it to my sister because she is a good fan. But it was his cat, Creature. I can't remember the cat's name.
Oh, what was the cat's name?
I was She-Ra. I was an E-Man. I was
I can't
She-Ra.
remember.
I only know is Skeletor.
I remember Battle Cat.
Battle Cat was when he was Battle Cat after he
Yeah.
transformed. But
I
he
can't
was-
remember what he was before that.
There's an old Orko.
Yeah.
Lion? No, it wasn't Lion.
No, it's sort of
right there.
Creature, huh?
That one
That's
right
what-
there. You have.
Yeah, that
That looks
wasn't. It was a different type of character like him.
okay, because I thought they showed something where that was originally what he was going to look like.
Yeah, they used it for a different character. I mean, they aren't in the greatest shape because they weren't stored properly. They're still not stored properly. I got to get sleeves for them and everything. But
I've seen way worse.
Yeah, they still look like they're in good shape though.
Cringer?
And
Cringer,
the
that's
captain is
Cringer.
Cringer.
Cringer, yeah. My son looked it up.
Battle Cat.
Yeah.
So
And-
I went ahead and gave that one to my sister, but you know,
Nickname, but
it
Cringer.
was probably the best one out of
the
group I've
nickname
got.
Cringer's the real name.
Yeah.
But
Crash
yeah, I
League.
was- well, it's like
Crash
you know, He-Man or Prince Adam. That's all,
Yeah.
and when he uses a sword. But
Crash
no,
League, what are you going to do with those?
I would say out of all the auctions, that was my favorite one to get a decent haul from.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll get, like, I bought a Voyager commemorative plate a couple weeks ago for $5. We've got an online one coming up that I was just setting up for, or going through. My boss, he's like, okay, you're into all this, basically try to be a nice way of saying you're a nerd, because
Yeah, right.
for some reason people think nerd is a derogatory term. To me, it's not. It's who I am, and I'm proud of it.
Right.
Calling someone a nerd for being a nerd and acting like it's an insult would be like calling someone a crafter for being a crafter, and
Yeah,
expecting them to insultingly. But he's like, you're into this stuff. Will you go through and help me decide how to list it online? There's a whole bunch of comic books, a bunch of laser discs,
Oh, nice.
the old laser discs, and collectible toys and stuff like that. And the biggest, and movies. And the biggest one was, you know, how he's going to get the best profit out of it. Because, you know, if you turn around and try to list every single comic book individually, you're not going to make any money.
No.
Nobody's going to bid for a comic book that's worth 50 cents to pay $2 shipping to get that comic.
Yeah.
But I'm going through and, like, there's some decent books in there. I mean, they're not really expensive, but there's a Power Pack issue #1 that I don't know if I would it's not, none of them are graded, none of them are slabbed, but this book, I would put, from what I've seen, actual graded books, I would put it at least a 9.2, if
Nice.
not more. It looks like it would when you would have gotten it not off the rack, like if you would have gotten it from behind the counter.
Right.
I mean,
Nice.
that book, if it were graded and slabbed at a 9.6, brings $150 to $200.
True.
And I made a stack of a stack of the comics, and I'm like, these are the ones that are probably going to bring you in the condition they're in, ungraded, probably around $20 a piece or more. And I was like, but this one up top, because ungraded in the condition it's in, still brings like $90 at auction, because we've got sites that I look up to see what it brought on auction. And
Yeah, I have a lot of that.
And at that moment, he made me cringe so badly. The book was sitting on top of the stack that I said was individuals.
Yeah.
And he walks over and does this. I'm like, and I wasn't thinking, and I went, well, in the condition it was in, you would have got money out of it. And he looked at me like, what? And I'm like, when you do that, you bend the spine, and 1 or 2 creases on the spine drop that condition drastically.
You gotta-
Okay, Kerwin, that's what we all just felt like when you stuck your hand all over the glue to that, or tape to that diamond painting.
If it,
And guys, it's 2 minutes till Dave.
2 minutes to Dave.
and
Okay.
Val, real quick, if this had been one of Crashly's diamond paintings, I would not have done that. It would have plastic on it, and I wouldn't have done. This is one she got for the Halloween diamond painting thing. She didn't like it. She doesn't like the quality of it because it's a cheap Amazon one, you know. The drills, it's not sticky and stuff. She doesn't even have plastic on it. She's just been doing the whole thing. And I wasn't too worried about it. And she told me that she wanted me to finish it, and that ain't gonna happen. I think I did all the L's. My problem is J's and L's.
Oh yeah,
Little like.
Some of the cheap ones are not printed well, and they have the symbols that look alike, and if they're similar colors. Yeah, and glue sticks work. I mean, we know all the tips and tricks for getting the glue to work back. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that's what we all felt like when he opened that comic book up for you.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, when he picked that up, I was just like, oh man. 'Cause, I keep an eye on the auction when he does online stuff because that's what I like to get some of that stuff.
Oh, I have a friend that owns a comic book store here that I go to, and if he sees people picking up the ones the wrong way or touching it the wrong way, he's like, "You Philistine, come here! Don't touch that. Put that in here." You know. He's like, "You're buying a lot of comic books. You want to buy some boards and sleeves and stuff with those too, cretin." You know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, we're down to the last minute. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Val. It's been fun chatting. Thank you for stopping by on the drive. And I want to thank all of our patrons. Thank you so much that contribute. Thank you to everyone that super chatted tonight. Thank you to all of our YouTube members. You see them, they've got the little pink frog the little frogs next to their names. And thank you guys for putting up with Rob and my nerdiness.
Our nerd fest.
This is not how it normally goes. Normally we're in the background just trying to sway it that way, and Crashly's like, no, it's my channel. We're talking crafting.
Yeah.
And
we still want to give Val a little frog though, because she's a patron on the Patreon with me. She don't have a little frog.
Yeah, I wish there was a way for us to do that, but
no,
it's not a big deal.
Pink frog.
She just yelled. She's like, "Hey, you got a pink frog?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
But again, thank you everybody for coming, and it's been fun. It's been real, and it has been real fun. So see you guys over at Dave's Live. Odd but nice. I think yes. Odd put the link in.
I'll put the link in. Thank you.
Yep.
You guys have a good one. Thanks to all the moderators too. You guys doing a wonderful job.
And Val keeping us on track.
Occasionally.
Yep.
It was great. I hope we do this again sometime.
This is the Husbands Edition signing out.
Bye-bye.